Hey everyone, this update is going to be a little bit different from the previous updates that I've done. I wanted to take a quick minute before we started up the Parkville tournament this weekend to talk about some of the things that we've been planning. I've kind of showed off a little bit here and there, but wanted to do a quick little talk onto some of the specifics on it, especially after some details I found out today that will unfortunately going to kind of delay some of the project, but should make it better in the end. So, if you haven't heard, we've got a small stash of VHS tapes with duck pin footage on it, and I have all the stuff I need to go at digitizing all of that, and I'll show the setup I have a little bit later in the video. But I have everything I need to digitize all that. I can go forth with making some of that, posting it up, and getting some people's opinions on it. But a couple of things to that. One, the process for doing it is pretty time consuming and requires a decent bit of fairly expensive equipment. So what we're going to do with some of those videos is we're going to put them behind a paywall. Probably not what everyone wants to hear, but I'm hoping people will be okay with it. My plan is to not put every single video behind the paywall, but maybe a 1:5, 1:10 ratio of stuff that's free to watch versus 4:5, 9:10 stuff that's behind this paywall. I've already done some of the recordings and some of the editing, but I'm actually going to end up throwing that out and doing it again later because the device that I'm using to digitize it, the RetroTink 5X, is, from my understanding, getting a firmware update soonish that's going to add additional support for VHS tapes. So I'm going to wait for that and then go through and digitize those again, and we'll go from there. The other side of that is the pneumatic tapes, and that's kind of more the reason why we're probably going to go behind a paywall. We're kind of struggling to find a player for it. I know a handful of sources, and it's been given to me a handful of places that would digitize it for us, but they're going to cost quite a bit of money per tape. So they can do it, it's just going to cost more money and be a little less money efficient for us than if we were to get a pneumatic tape deck and do it ourselves on our end. So I'm going to work on figuring out whether or not we can actually find the pneumatic tape deck. We find some every once in a while. It's just a matter of we're not quite sure whether it's working or not, and we don't really have the expertise to fix it if there's some significant mechanical issue with it. But we're still looking, we're still trying to find what we can get. But in the meantime, we have the VHS tapes, so I'm going to quickly pull those out. I've got one in there right now. It's got about 3 or 4 different events on it, actually. But I can go through some of the stuff. So this one's one that I think Chris Ross most interested in. Championship Bowling. It's a promo tape for a TV show. We've got 2 of them, each one lasting about 12 minutes. So I'm interested in what exactly that's going to look like. A couple unmarked ones that, based off what I've seen on the few I've opened so far, they're mostly DPBA stuff. And I believe this is the Hall of Fame. Yes, Pro League Hall of Fame 92. More DPA Championship Bowling. Looks like a full show from it's crossed out so I can't see. It's show number 7. The other one's unmarked. But yeah, now it gives you an idea of kind of what's all. There's a whole bunch of pamphlets and old duck pin newspapers. I actually do plan on scanning all those duck pin newspapers, but I need to get a scanner that can actually do the full-size page. I think that's going to cost about $325, $350 to get a scanner that can do a full newspaper page. So I'm look forward to that, because there's actually a lot of stuff I can scan, and I can post that up, maybe do a handful a week and post some of that up on our Facebook page and keep all of that on records for anyone who wants to see it in the future. So let's go through and I can actually show you the setup that I have and do a little quick demonstration. Alright, so here's my setup. I have my VHS DVD player here. Comes out via composite in the back
which goes into my RetroTink 5X. So the RetroTink 5X, mostly used for gaming. What it does, it'll upscale some old analog sources into a digitized format. So it comes out HDMI, runs behind my entire setup to get back to my computer, runs into my computer through my capture card here, and then onto the screen. So I'm going to go back here and play. I also removed this VHS a long time ago. And poof, it will play some videos. Unfortunately, I think it's a little better. That would be why it's in black and white. Inputs, yeah, it's in my DVR. There we go. I go to deposit, boom, there we go. So I believe this is probably, I have to take the tape out, but they'd announce it. This is one of the old DPPA tour stops. I think they're about to announce Jeff Loeb. He's actually he was a very, very talented bowler at Mount Airy back in the day. I believe that's him there. Nope, there he is. He's coming now. Wayne Loeb. Unfortunately, I never met him. I believe he passed around the time I was born. So yeah, this should be from like early 80s footage. I don't exactly know how much of the tournament is on this one, considering they're going from announcing everyone from the qualifying round. So this one's probably much longer than the last one, because the last one I had only had the ladder, and the ladder fully edited is about a half hour long. But my hope is I can edit some of these up and everyone gets a good idea of what they all look like. But anyway.
So I hope everyone enjoyed that little teaser. I did want to kind of show something to everyone, because it's probably going to be a little while before I get anything out. I'm going to wait for that firmware for the RetroTink to come out. That should improve some of the video quality of the videos when I digitize them. We'll see. Let me know what you all think. I know paywall is probably not what everyone wanted, but again, it's kind of just going to be I would view it more as an alternative to if you donate to the Ko-fi account regularly. You can put a monthly subscription into that, and that would give you access to all of the archived videos we have. And like I said, not everything's going to go back there. I think the first video I put out, I will put out freely, but the majority are probably going to end up behind that paywall. So let me know what everyone thinks. I'll get started on this project here soon. I'm just gonna have to wait for this firmware to come out. I suspect it'll come out in the next month, because I've already seen a beta version of it out today. So we'll see what it looks like, and hopefully it'll be better. Thanks everyone. I'll see you around. Bye.